one small thing you need to take care of first.
Hey everybody, Bullvice89 here, and today I'm going to be reviewing How to Train Your Dragon 2 for the Xbox 360. A couple things before I get started. I'm aware that this is a movie game, and movie games don't usually have the very best track record with being on par with normal games. Secondly, I also understand that this is probably for children, pretty young through the mechanics of the games and everything like that. But it's one of the newest games in the red box, and I know a lot of people use them, so if you're thinking of getting it for your kid, I will let you know. And let's go ahead and get started. I'll just go ahead and start a new game. First off, it takes forever to load this game. I mean, you could set the game to start and then go get some dinner and then come back and you'll still be looking at the loading screen. Alright, so as you can see, as soon as you start off the game, you are flying a dragon. Pretty cool. The graphics aren't too bad. And the graphics of the dragon and the rider aren't that bad either. They actually look pretty good. So, as you can see, the graphics aren't the bad thing. And flying around on the dragon is pretty fun. You can nosedive and then pull up at the last second, do a barrel roll, shoot some blasts and things like that. So yeah, and in the top right corner you can see you get little achievements for different things you do on your dragon. Then it gives you these little mission objectives up here that you want to get to and try to complete. The whole premise of the game is there's this big tournament, and there are separate games that you have to do to win the tournament between your rider and the other riders. This particular game, you have to pick up the multicolored sheep and drop them in the right sections. And I just fell off. See, that's another thing. Anything you hit, it's very unforgiving. Yeah, you should be able to stay on your dragon pretty easily, but if you almost like barely tap a mountain or anything, your guy falls off into space and flails around like he's dying, which he is dying. So I guess it's appropriate, but still, it's really annoying if even like you barely scratch a mountain, you fall. This one is called Sweep the Sheep. I'll show you the dragon riders right now. You can be Snotlot and Hookfang, Hiccup and Toothless, which is a good team. They're very fast. Astrid and Stormfly, Fishlegs and Meatlug, Roughnut and Toughnut, and Barf and Belch. And those are the riders. So these are the good things about the game. With the controls, you can go a lot faster if you tap A, but the computer repeats the same words over and over, so it can get very annoying after a while listening to him say, "Come on, Toothless," or "Let's show him how fast we can go, Toothless," like repeatedly, until you want to pull your hair out. The premise of this game, you have to sweep in and grab the sheep, which you can see that I did, and take them back to their proper things, like that. But most of the time when you sweep in to get a sheep, you crash and your guy goes flying in the air and you die, and you have to retry. This isn't so bad in the mode that you're in right now because you're just kind of playing by yourself, practicing. But when you actually get to the tournament mode, when there are other riders playing against you, it can get pretty annoying if you're trying to swoop in all fast and get the sheep and you smash into the side of a mountain and it takes you 20 seconds to respawn like that. And you go from first to last in a matter of seconds. So that's kind of an annoying thing. The right stick is your camera, and it's almost a little too sensitive to where if you barely touch it, as you can see, it kind of spins your camera all in crazy directions, and it's just not that fun to control the camera. I find myself not using the camera at all, really. It's just more of just more of an annoying thing than an actual help. Like, yeah, it's to see behind you and everything, but it's so limited that you can't see in proper angles, so you just don't touch it. This is bad for you. And it's definitely not open world if you're inside of a mission, because you constantly have to keep going back. And oh look, this event is flying through rings, which every person loves to do in games like this. Let's see if I can actually get down there. There we go. So as you see, before any game you can kind of choose a different rider. Fire chase, fly through all the rings. Yay, through the fire rings. This game doesn't really matter. Just as long as you fly through the rings. Woo! Now, I mainly just like to fly around with my dragon. Oddly enough, there is no tutorial on the items that you pick up, so I haven't found out really how to use the items in this game yet. I've pushed every button, every combination of button. Oh look, I just I haven't been able to figure out just what all of them do yet. I've done a couple, but it's kind of a pain in the butt to figure out at first, because there's really no way that it tells you. It tells you how to basically fly your dragon, the barrel roll, and to turn sharper with the bumpers, but that's about it. It doesn't tell you about the boost button, or how to stop your dragon, or how to use the items that you pick up during races and stuff. So the first couple races, I was basically flying blind because I would get hit with these special effects, and I wouldn't be able to do anything about it because I had no way to fight back. It never told me how, so I would be pushing buttons, smashing into mountains, and basically doing horrible because it just doesn't tell you. Whee! But the bad thing about this game, and like I said in the beginning, I understand that this game is for littler children. I knew that before I got it. I wasn't expecting too deep of a game. It's nothing like Watch Dogs or Call of Duty or anything like that. It's definitely meant for smaller children. But I think if I let my son play this game, he would probably be bored after about 20-30 minutes. You go through 4 events, these practice events that I've been doing. Then you go through the big tournament with all the characters, and then you repeat it. There's no story. You can't ever get off of your dragon and run around. And I get it, because that's kind of the premise of the movie, is them riding their dragons and things like that. But it would be cool to be able to explore this land a bit more on foot. Maybe call in your dragon whenever you want and get on it and ride around. You can explore when you're not in a mission, which is pretty cool. To just fly around on your little dragon. But it just repeats. There are 4 different games. You fly through the rings. You shoot Vikings with your fire blasts. You pick up sheep. And then there's another one I can't even remember. I found myself after about 15 minutes forcing myself, because I like to give games the benefit of the doubt, because I know that game developers have to do what the studios tell them. I know that they have to get it done by a certain time, and I know that they wish that they could add more stuff to it, but they just can't. And I wish that movie studios wouldn't push games like this just to release them with the movie, because this game could be really fun if it wasn't the same thing over and over. I got so bored that I can't even go through the whole game. That's really how bad it was. Maybe there's a story later on. I'll look into it and add it in the description down below if anyone wants to know more about this game, but I don't recommend getting it. I would rather get my son Ben 10 or something from the Redbox, because you know that that's probably going to have a better story than this rushed movie game. Ooh, I just flew off my dragon again. But I would rather get him something like that, or a Wii game that he can actually get up and play, rather than just sitting here doing pretty much nothing on this dragon. The best redeeming quality is pretty much flying your dragon. I could do this for about 20 minutes before I got bored and wanted to tear my hair out. So I do not recommend this game really for anybody who has a kid above the age of 4, just because it's a little too simple. It's just rinse and repeat constantly. You go through the 4 games, you go through the tournament, you practice another 4 games, you go through another tournament over and over. And yeah, I don't like it. So like and subscribe. I hope you all like this review of How to Train Your Dragon 2, and I wish that they could just make movie games just a little bit better. I think they would get a lot more money, but you know, tons of people are going to be buying this game because of the movie coming out, and feeding the rushed movie game machine, I guess. So I'll talk to you all later in the next video. Thank you for watching, and I hope you like my game reviews, and I appreciate all the subscribers and all the likes that I'm getting, and the channel's really doing well, and I appreciate it all. I'll talk to you all later in the next video. See ya.